Hi everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Fan Games. By popular request, I've decided to play another Turnabout. This time we got the Assistance Turnabout. I should probably be playing the Splatoon fan games on my blog right now, but I've been bit by the storyteller bug, so I feel like playing some more Ace Attorney. Also helps that I played Ace Attorney 6 a while ago. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. The chief must have gone home already. Oh, is this a retelling? She said her sister was coming over, so yeah, it is a retelling of 1-2, the second case of the first game. Spoilers, I guess. It's gonna be spoilers for all of these fan games, to be honest. A lot of them seem to like to be based on the actual games at some point, whatever. So she said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Okay, the transition is a little weird. Apparently there's some problems with loading images here. Anyway, sis, someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief, are you there? Nice. What? Well, that's a dumb question. Of course you are. I bet you must be laughing pretty hard right about now. I know I am. Well, there's nothing really funny about being locked in a cold cell. But you get what I mean. You're the only person that probably does nowadays. And you must think of me as an idiot for doing this. It's pretty fair if you do. I never could learn my lesson. It seems that with or without the badge, I always end up dragging myself to the courtroom. Is it because I'm curious? Or because I'm bitter? I don't know, but it's too late to wonder anyway. Is this alternate reality? Like, where an alternate reality where you failed 1-2 or something? Sorry, I don't mean to stop right there, but I'm kind of confused right now. Oh god, I really am an idiot, aren't I? Yeah, am I going to be playing as Maya? The odds are against me either way. The chances of this actually working are absurdly low. And yet, this is the move that I'm making. This is the path that I've taken. One last big bluff to end them all. Very nice music, very nice piano. The cards are dealt. It's all in someone else's hands now. Are they up for the challenge? Let's find out. Come. Showdown. The assistant's turnabout. Yes. So... Can I talk now? Is this an alternate reality or something? Well, I guess it must be because it's fan-made, but it seems to be, ignoring certain events, because it started with 1-2, and then it suddenly shifts into Phoenix in a cold cell. Whatever. Am I shaking? Who am I? June RYE. That's who I'm playing as, I think. Me. I'm new to this whole defense attorney thing, but I think I've seen enough to get through it unscathed. Mostly. Doesn't say my age and I can't see my face. I've got pink hair. I'm female, obviously. And I've got an attorney's badge. Am I shaking? I am, aren't I? Oh, I can already tell this is not going to end well. Why couldn't someone else have just done this? Would have been a lot more painless for everyone, I think. I mean, this entire thing is just... Oh man, I haven't even eaten yet. I think I saw a noodle stand while I was walking down here, so that should probably get me through the... Hello. Noodles? More like eat your hamburgers, June RYE. You okay there? Yeah, sorry about that. Where did he come from? Okay, just calm down. Think straight. You prepared for this. Come on. Hello, my name is RYE. June RYE. What's the pun here? I'm not sure if I get it. I'll get it probably well after I'm done playing this case. How do you do? Well, pretty much how a suspect would do, I guess. That is to say, I'm pretty cold. But hey, they gave me the sweatshirt to stop me from complaining about it so much. Oh, yeah, some sprites, they don't make much sense in context because... redundant words. They don't make much sense because you don't have much opportunity to use every sprite you want for every situation you want in the case of how you're going to use the characters, besides like deciding to call them something completely different. But I think they're trying to explain Phoenix in his hobo attire here by saying that they gave him this sweatshirt. So I guess you could say there's a silver lining for everything. But in all seriousness, I'm actually doing pretty terribly. Thanks for asking. I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm not sure what you expected to hear, given where you are, Miss June RYE. By the way, the name's Phoenix Wright. Yep, he's 28. He's my client, a famous ex-defense attorney. He was recently convicted of using falsified evidence and stripped of his badge. Now he's on trial again, this time for murder. So it's after Apollo Justice. That's the splitting point. But you knew that already. I did, but seeing you in person like this made me doubt it for a second. I guess it's true what they say. No matter who you are, whatever you know about Phoenix Wright, or what he's up to, is probably wrong. I've never actually heard of the saying up until recently, which would make sense. All things considered, I mean. Yeah, I did. I mean, it would be pretty pointless for me to meet you if I didn't even know your name. Hold on! Recently convicted. So this is before Apollo Justice. Sorry about that. Because it's his hobo attire, so I thought, well, it must be after Apollo Justice, but no, this is just, like, after he was caught falsifying evidence. Unintentionally, of course. I mean, it would be pretty pointless for me to meet you if I didn't even know your name. Anyway. Hold on. June RYE? RYE? What does that remind me of? June RYE. Never mind. It'll come to me later. What you were saying? Well, I was saying that... Wait. What does it remind you of, Phoenix? Oops, never mind. Wrong word. Please, continue. June RYE. Oh, he must be thinking of Maya, because it's like the same amount of letters or something, and it sort of sounds similar. Right, well, as I was saying... Oh my goodness, Phoenix, do you know it or not? You're thinking of Maya or something, I don't know. Nah, sorry, thought I had it when I didn't. Go on. Either that or there's some pun I'm not seeing in June RYE. Mr. Wright, you're accused of murder. Please try to concentrate and listen to what I have to say. Well, to tell you the truth, Miss June RYE, I already have a pretty good idea of what you'll say. That badge on your lapel speaks a lot, after all. Lapel, sorry. My badge, right. You want to defend me? Well... Yes or no? Quickly now! Indecisiveness is not the best trait for a lawyer to have, Miss Jane RYE. Actually, it's June. Well, at least I think so. But I'm just a crook, so what do I know, right? I didn't say that, Mr. Wright. Ah, but the court did. Just as they'll say that I'm a cold-blooded murderer. Now, if I can help it, sorry if I trip up on my words, but I'm doing this on the fly. So you do want to defend me. Not the wisest decision, given the facts. Trust me, I know. Still, a lawyer has to believe in their client no matter what. And I really do believe you're innocent, so... You're completely willing to defend a total stranger on a hunch? Well, I can't say that I haven't done the same thing before. Well, that's all the more reason you should consider it, right? June RYE. Hopefully she's not a Donut Still OC or something. I mean, you are the Phoenix Wright, no matter what anyone might say. Heh, I think I finally figured out what your name was reminding me of. Lucky for you, too. The only lords that let defend me are ones I know are right. And here I thought my name was just a kind of bread. Yeah, rye is a kind of bread. Alright, Miss Joan Rye, I'm in your hands. Don't say I didn't warn you, though. Yeah, this is not... oh, okay. We're gonna be talking and examining. Yeah, I can examine the police officer here. The guard looks like he's in a good shape. I wonder if he's been working out lately. Or maybe the prisoners have just been more wild than usual, and he's had to keep them in their place. Wham! Take that, Mr. Prisoner! No one can escape the dutiful watch of the Gardenator! Ooh, I'll need to write that one down. I bet Global Studios would love the idea. I tried... well, yeah, I can present portraits and evidence. I forgot about that. This is different than X26. Cannot move anywhere. I can just examine, talk, and present. So I'll talk. What happened? Alright, so... could you, tell me about what happened on the night of the crime? I honestly thought you know that already. Well, I mean, I do. I just want to hear your side of the story, obviously. Well, don't know what I could tell you that you haven't already probably heard. It's pretty standard, as far as murders go, if you ask me. My daughter would have probably called it lame, for instance. Yeah, Phoenix probably had already adopted Josie at this point. I mean, he has a necklace. Well, sorry, what? Hmm? What's the matter? What was that daughter part? I said my daughter would have called this entire murder scenario lame. Lame means uninteresting. I know what lame means, I just didn't know that Phoenix Wright had a daughter. Why didn't anyone mention this? If you play your cards right, you might even get to meet her. Be warned though, she's weapons grade adorable. I'm sure, that's very helpful. But beside the point. He's probably just messing with me, isn't he? Right. So, the what actually happened? Well, here's the short version, I guess. There once was a man called Red-White. He's dead now. The end. Yes, thank you. Red-White is... surely you've heard. I have. Then there's no need to talk about it. On the night of the murder, I came to visit him at his cell. It was around 10. I remember because that's when I'd scheduled for us to meet. He was the one that scheduled the meeting? Oh, I'm sure you have your own ideas about the nature of our meeting, but you don't want to talk about it. You catch on fast for a rookie. I never said I was a rookie. No, but you are. I can practically smell the nervous on you. Anyway, once I got to his cell, I found him dead. He was already dead when you got to his cell? I believe that's what I said, yes. And that's how it was. But the police just can't seem to believe my story. Yeah, I wonder why. Not even when I told them I saw the killer's face. I mean, they were right there, standing over the body. Right, the newspapers covered that part too. Then there you go. You know who the killer is. Who? Oh, okay, so that explains the assistant's turnabout. I was wondering about that. Maya Fey. As you can imagine, I was pretty shocked. What probably shocked me even more, though, was that she knocked me out the minute she realized I was there. Really, Maya? Tiny Maya? To think, that's what I get for the 3 years of solid burger insurance. Right, Maya Fey, your assistant. Ex-assistant. Are you, absolutely sure about that, Mr. Wright? I mean, it's just that that's kind of the part that doesn't seem to add up. Now there's a new thing I can talk to him about. Doesn't add up. I don't know how to tell you this, but the papers are calling your story a bit silly. How so? Well, mainly because, according to them, there was only one way into that cell. Through the security guard at the entrance, and the guard saw nobody resembling Miss Faye. Well, have you spoken to her about it? Well, no, but you really should ask her about it before going off and calling me nuts, you know? I'm not calling you nuts! I just think that you may have somehow misinterpreted what you saw? You're awful quick to make that kind of assumption. I just personally don't think that it's possible for her to have been there. Heck, from what I've been hearing, it's not possible for anyone else to have been there. So, you not only think I'm crazy, but you think I'm guilty. Nice. I think you're just hearing what you want to hear, Mr. Wright. One minute you're convinced of my innocence, but you're doubting my word the very next. Which will it be, Miss Jude Rye? I shouldn't have gotten myself involved in this mess, should I? But let's put that aside. Okay, let's back up a bit. When you entered Mr. White's cell, what exactly did you see? Besides his corpse and Miss Faye, I mean. Not much, unfortunately. It was quite dark. I never actually knew the prison was such a dark place. Okay. You mentioned you were knocked out. Do you know with what? Nope. Did you notice anything else suspicious? Possibly before entering the cell? That's gonna be a no. What about the guard? You apparently had to pass through him to get to the cell. Anything weird about him, maybe? Seemed like a nice enough guy, I think. Best client ever! Nothing new. I guess I have to present something now. Oh, new profiles. I've got Red White, deceased, the victim, the convinced murderer of Maya Faye, Wright's former boss and mentor, was going to be executed 2 years from now. And we've also got Maya Faye here, 19, Wright's former assistant and the person he claims to have seen at the scene of the crime before he was probably knocked out by her. Her involvement doesn't seem likely given the facts. Let's present her. Her profile. Let's present it to Phoenix. What can you tell me about her? Maya Faye, I mean. She was... Yes? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. She's a murderer now, as far as I'm concerned. According to you. And I assure you, I'm not mistaken. Nothing new. He just said that. So what happens if I show my own profile? Huh. I wonder who that is. Certainly doesn't look like anyone I'd put my faith in. Honestly, she looks really suspicious. You know, what with her pink hair and all. What do you think? Mr. Wright, but please be a little more serious. I mean, I don't look suspicious, do I? Still nothing new. I guess I'll just show my badge. You can tell a lot about a defense attorney from their badge. Where they've been, what they've seen, and what kind of person they're like. When we present our badges, we're really putting our hearts on display. You can really tell all that from a person's badge? Sure, every badge has a story to tell about its owner. And what does my badge say about me? Beats me. How am I supposed to know? I should have known he was just making things up. Of course. Really? I have to present everything? Okay, I'll present Red White then. I seem to remember mentioning that I have no desire to discuss my past with him. You at least have to tell me why you two met. I refuse. But I'm your attorney. Shouldn't I at least have some idea? How do you expect me to help you if you give me absolutely no information? I used to work with less, you know. You're hiding information that could help save your life. Or implicate me. Look, it's been 4 years since her death. Why, after those 4 years, did you come to meet him? Oh, why after those 4 years did you come to meet him? I think I deserve to know at least that much. No, you don't. It's frustrating, isn't it? Having the answers to so many of your questions just a few feet away. Only to have human nature get in your way. Sucks, doesn't it? It took me 5 minutes to hire you. It'd only take a second for you to walk away now. I'm not changing my mind. Yet. Okay, that's it? Okay, I just have to present a few profiles and maybe my badge or something. In retrospect, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't know over half of the facts of the case at the time. Chances are, if I had, that conversation would have gone pretty differently. I mean, I dragged myself into the whole thing because of... I'm not quite sure why. Oh, cool, I've got my own sprite. I mean, it's Maya Fey just with a recolor and a new wig, but it's still something. Still, not much I can do about it now. I was an idiot making an idiot's choice. And look at me now. I'm right back where I started, about to lose. I think I actually might have made the entire situation even worse. I should have just stayed home and not played this game. But of course not. Not me. I hate you, Phoenix. I hate you and this entire case. This isn't good, is it? And that's putting aside that it'll start at any minute now, and they still haven't brought him in. I mean. I think I'm talking a bit too quickly, is the problem right now. How exactly am I supposed to do this? Maya Fey killed White and then escaped due to her magical medium powers. Dumb? Whatever do you mean, Your Honor? No, Mr. Prosecutor, I'm not on any kind of medication. Why do you ask? Evidence to support this? I don't know what you mean. Isn't it perfectly logical? Why would he make up a story like that anyway? What does he get out of something like that? The prosecutor will shoot my case apart in 2 minutes. Oh, but wait, I don't have a case. It'll be like I'm not even there. Hello. Bah! Well, you're not nervous or anything. I don't know what you expect, given how little you've told me. I like how you keep putting all the blame on me, yet you're the one who wanted to take the case. Well, that's... hypocritical and unprofessional? Yes it is. Ouch. I'm not really sure how you expect to make it through the trial with that kind of attitude. Especially given the fact that Edgeworth's the one prosecuting. Mr. Edgeworth? But that's... hopeless? Yes, it is. Hey, I did warn you. You reap what you sow, darling. Please don't call me that. But why, darling? The trial's about to start. Let's just go in, shall we? Sure thing, darling. Remember, I'll be watching. And please take this a little more seriously. Oh, but I am. But since you happen to be so confident of my innocence, I see no reason to act scared. That's not what I mean. Take this a little more seriously. This? You mean like our relationship, or... Never mind, let's just go. No, seriously, what did you mean? I said, never mind. Should have just stayed at home. Yeah, got my own sprite and everything. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. Are the defense and prosecution ready? As ready as they'll ever be, Your Honor. Oh, a fresh face. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. What is your name, missy? June RYE, Your Honor. I'm a new defense attorney. Well, you've certainly gotten yourself into quite a first case. Well then, I shall tell you what I tell all the new faces. I do not tolerate monkey business in my courtroom. Right, noted. No monkey business. Well then, I suppose that rules out my swinging on the ceiling defense. I don't recall you ever saying anything like that to me. Then perhaps your memory fails you, Mr. Wright. Possibly, but I don't believe that's the case, Your Honor. For all my shortcomings, memory is one thing that never fails me. Oh, I think Phoenix's sprite has been slightly adjusted. Whatever, I'll notice later. Mr. Wright, the trial has not even begun and already you seem to wish to bicker with me. I do note... Yeah, see, he usually has a smile in this sprite. He doesn't here. Ah, that's a nice little touch. I did no such thing. I assure you, that is certainly what you are doing. Please do not speak unless you are spoken to. He's already on the judge's bad side. Not good. Now then, is the prosecution ready? The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. That's Mr. Edgeworth, no doubt about it, but... He looks so exhausted. Oh, he was sleepy? Maybe. Are you sure, Mr. Edgeworth? Is there any reason to suspect I'm not? But, well, if you don't mind me saying, you look as if you hadn't slept for a week. Not a bad guess, Your Honor, though I'd peg it closer to 4 days. Miles Edgeworth, 28, prosecutor in charge of the case and a friend of Wright's. Seems to be sleep-deprived as of late. Okay, fair enough. The prosecutor's office is extremely busy at this time of the year, so it really can't be helped. Mr. Edgeworth, this is unacceptable! Surely you could have another prosecutor stand in, or... Objection! Haha, nice objection. With all due respect, I am perfectly fine, Your Honor. Instead of worrying about my health, you should simply focus on the trial. Fret not. I wouldn't stand here before the court if I wasn't in prime prosecuting condition. All these long hours are going to put you in glasses well before your time, Mr. Edgeworth. Still, I can't argue with the prosecutor's office. You may choose to continue to prosecute. It is not a matter of choice. It is a matter of duty and honor. If you wish to worry for anyone's well-being, Your Honor, it should be Mr. Wright's. Yeah, hello to you too. You do realize that this case you've gotten yourself tangled up in is open and shut, right? You say that like I'm too ignorant to put it together myself. Just like you, for some reason, seems to think that I'm actually guilty. I trust the evidence, Wright. My own opinion of you is irrelevant. Funny you should mention evidence in my presence. Right, the longer you keep living in the past, if you have your way, I won't live for much longer at all. And besides, I have moved on. By becoming a petty gambler? Wait, isn't gambling... Sorry, a what? Figure of speech, Your Honor. Yes, of course. I see you've been keeping notes. Then shall we have a little wager? Still a figure of speech, Your Honor. Let's see. I bet that you've made a terrible mistake. Cute. Enough! I will have no gambling in my courtroom. Miss RYE, please control your client or be held in contempt. How is it my fault? Mr. Edgeworth, please give us your opening statement. Actually, Your Honor, before it is pointed out, the prosecutor's office would like to apologize for such a delay in these proceedings. As you are without a doubt aware, the crime in question took place 3 nights ago. I had mentioned earlier that the nature of our work had grown rather complicated recently. The police had officially closed their investigation on the night of the murder, but the matter of finding a prosecutor was rather problematic. I myself got a chance to familiarize myself with the case only last night, in fact. While a bit unusual, I assure you that there is no need to apologize, Mr. Edgeworth. You may begin. Very well, Your Honor. As I have just stated, the crime in question occurred 3 nights ago in the walls of the state prison. The defendant, Mr. Wright, had scheduled a meeting in the cell of the victim, Mr. Red White. The prosecution asserts that it was during this meeting that Mr. Wright strangled Mr. White. Mr. Wright strangled Mr. White. I think I accidentally said Mr. Wright twice. We intend to prove this through evidence found at the scene and evidence showing that this crime was only possible for Mr. Wright to commit. And that's despite the nonsense he may wish you to believe. I know what I saw, Edgeworth. Just as I know what you didn't see. However, that shall be discussed once you are inevitably brought to the stand to speak for yourself. Until then, the prosecution would like to summon the detective in charge of the case to present all of the aforementioned evidence to the court. So, Gumshoe. Very good. You may summon them. I assume nothing on the contrary, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Detective Barker Mortimer to the stand. Who? Oh, a custom character. Okay, I mean, we do have a custom attorney sprite, so yeah, custom character is fine. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Whoa, baby! This is not groovy! You've got to give me some time. Let me make this a real man's introduction. Yeah, this is definitely a custom sprite, that's for sure. You need time to say your own name? This is a courtroom, not a circus, detective. His face is kind of flat. The name's Tortimer. Barker Tortimer. Custom music? Oh my goodness, seriously? That's his team?